Robert! Robert! Come here. Come here. Don't slam the door on me like that, old chap, right? Now don't get yourself in that silly state where you start getting yourself into trouble. Right? If you're not in trouble, don't get yourself into trouble. You don't start slamming the door on me. Because then you will get into trouble, won't you? Hey?
Yeah.
Well, you take it steady then.
No, but I'm not coming at 12 o'clock, so I ain't getting in trouble.
Well, you will do if you don't see me, won't you?
Yeah, why should I see you 12 o'clock?
Because I want to know what was going on. That's why.
Jamie arrives to give his side of the fight.
Like, he goes, oh, that's bad, that's rough. He knows my girlfriend taking the Michael out of her. Like, he
So
goes,
he said that's...
She says that's grotty or something.
He said?
He said she's grotty. Like, and rough and ugly. So I grabbed Rob and I said outside, and he wouldn't come outside. So I put him up against the wall and I just hit him. It's like, the way he says it, it's just provocative. The way he keeps, like, he always says little things that wind me up to a certain stage. Like, he says things before.
But
like, we're
you
always
can't
taking the carry.
afford to get yourself wound up in that way. Because if you do, you'll wind up in court.
You know, he's just like whinging about, oh, Jamie's hit me, I've got a little bruise on the side of my head. What's the problem?
Did he whinge?
Bruise.
Did he whinge?
Yes, he did, because he walks away like this, I'm going to get Mr. Ford and you're going to get done and all this.
Well, that's because you had obviously hurt him.
Well, he shouldn't have hurt me. He hurt my pride, he hurt my, like, self-esteem. These, what other big words do I know?
What other big words do you know? You're doing quite well. Self-esteem and pride is very good. It hasn't hurt your honour all that much, if that's what he said. There are things he could have said a lot more than that.
Yeah,
what would you have done then?
Me, you know
Taken a knife to him or something?
No, I just laid him out on the floor.
Well, don't be so foolish. If you had turned round and said to him, well, you've got a lot to talk about, look at your ugly mush, or something like that, then I would have said, OK, you're quits.
But I think we're quits now.
No, you're not.
So what do you want him to do? Go and try and smack me one?
No, certainly not. I want the situation to be repaired. There's no excuse. So you are going to say to Robert Taylor, there is no excuse for what I did to you.
I ain't apologising to him.
Robert is brought in.
Is it right that you made some silly remarks about his girlfriend, Robert?
So after you said so to me?
No, it was before you... Rob, when she come down the stairs, you said, oh, that blonde thing, first of all. Then what's her name? Raquel's just come up starting talking to you, and I said, you sorting that out then, Rob? And you said, I'd rather be sorting that out than the grotty thing you're going out with.
I'll sort it out between the two of you if you like. Do you think it was unacceptable what you said, Robert?
Sir.
You do? OK. Apologise to him then.
Sorry, Jamie.
We clear it.
Sorry, Robert, didn't mean to shake me.
No.
Can we close the situation there then?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Jamie is one of 20 pupils at Park High School who is diagnosed as dyslexic. He's a likeable boy, but in the past has had severe behavioural problems. He's been excluded from other schools and is now trying to reform at Park.
He was very anti-establishment, very anti-schools and teachers and things like that. I think he recognises now that teachers aren't necessarily his enemies, that they actually can be very helpful and supportive. He still gets into trouble, but compared to what he could have been like, I think Jamie's achieved quite a lot.
Cooperator, a source parent of source.
Luke is also dyslexic, but very different. A quiet, diligent pupil, he's worked with a determination that has obscured the true scale of his problem.
He has fought his problem all the way along. I mean, he will sit and redraft a piece of work 3 times. Had he not done that, had he given in the initial draft, then I think that people would have realised that the problem is worse than we see it to be.
Do you remember the first time you ever heard the word dyslexia?
Yeah, I was staying upstairs in my room and on the landing, and I heard my mum and dad talking about my report, and they said that they thought I might have been dyslexic. And this teacher was going, no, you're not. Your son's just got a little bit of a problem there, which is a bit sad, really, because I think if I had help from when I was at junior school, then I might be better at spelling and things like that now.
When did you think, things aren't going very well?
When my old man tried to make me read the alphabet when I was a little kid, we used to live in a flat and I just ripped it up in his face and walked off.
How old were you then?
I think I was 5. And I had a teacher come in, I remember one time telling me that I wasn't dyslexic, and I didn't even know what dyslexia was then. And I'm saying, what's dyslexia? And she goes, well, you're not it anyway, you're just slow and you're just lazy, you just don't want to do the work. And really, I suppose I thought, well, I'm just slow, I'm lazy, I don't want to do the work. Oh, fair enough, I'm labelled with that, I'll do that.
It just makes school life slower, really. You have to think more.